reject vote buying and selling. Let us prove that our future cannot be bought. Your vote is your power, your right, and your responsibility. Use it wisely. This message is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM.
When they win your vote, just to win your vote, your vote. Just to win your vote. Politicians will tell you what you want to hear. Just to win your vote.
Very good evening to you. Welcome to the Situation Room Live for the week. And what a week we've had. I'm talking about insecurity, talking about some of the challenges that we've had to deal with for the past 16 years. But insecurity, economic insecurity, religious insecurity, tribal insecurity, social class, and there's no middle class, and there's either you're rich or poor. Guest on the show, the former Minister of Communication, under that he's going to be running for the APC governorship, to be the APC governorship candidate ahead of 2027 election. And that was the declaration. And on Monday, we had the former senator that represented Kaduna Central Senate, talking about Senator Shehu Sani. He was also on the show with me on Monday. On Tuesday, we had the former Inspector General of Police, Chief Mike Okiro. He was also in the studio on the show with me as well to look at how do we, how some policemen have interacted or related with citizens, and you're like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be, police is supposed to be my friend. If I'm stuck somewhere, the safest place for me to go to should be the police station. If I sense danger, if I see a police officer at a distance, I'm supposed to have enough confidence to walk out to him and say, I'm feeling threatened. Let me stay with you. I'm supposed to feel protected when I see a police officer and not feel threatened. I mean, it's the reverse had been the case. And independence. And then we had that conversation around how far have we come 65 years down the line. And while I was researching for that, the Nigerian flag was raised on the 1st of October 1960. 4 10-year-old kids were selected to do that historic activity at that point. And out of those 4 children, 4 pupils, Chief Mike Okiro was part of them. Yes, it was part of the kids that lowered the action, changed the course of his life. And he says that was the moment he said he was going to serve this country till he dies. And that was exactly what he's done. I mean, to rise to the level of the Inspector General of Police, chairman of the Police Service Commission, there's nothing else he wants to do that can be bigger than that. Maybe even if he gets an ambassadorial responsibility, or I also, figured out that he also wanted to become the President General of the Ohanese movement, but Inspector General of Police, that he feels we should have regional police rather than having state police, so our regions can control their own police force, so that we don't have an absolute power concentration on the state. Aware that we should rather have our regional police. And yesterday, which was Thursday, we had Mr. Miwa. On Wednesday, on Midweek Politics, Mr. Matthew Okudu had joined us. That was the anniversary of Nigeria's independence and also the 4th anniversary of Mainland FM. And Mr. Matthew Okudu and Side Fad and I just went through that journey from 1 to 3 p.m. And yesterday, we had a special session where we talked about insecurity and social justice, bridging the gap and fixing the future. Analyst, detailed, well-traveled. Mr. Okonkwo was also live in the studio. And that was from 12:15 to 2:15. And by 4 o'clock, I had the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele. He was also on the show for about 30 minutes, to take us through where are we in our democracy, and, our troubles that over time found a way to define our own kind of everything. We define our own kind of legislators. You see what legislators are doing in other countries, and then you see what our own are doing here in countries, and look at how the people have been responsible to the politicians. And he said that is why we're where we are today, that we're not making as much progress as it is expected of us, or as our potentials can actually, take us to. So that was the conversation we had, and of course, the immediate past head of political desk, chief political editor of Guardian newspaper, Mr. Miwa DM, was also live in the studio yesterday. So we had about 4 hours of, how far we've come in the past 65 years of our independence. Are we really, really independent? Are we really free, from the things that ideologically are still binding us? In the sense that, it has never been this bad. The issue of tribalism. In the last election, it was religious cards that was shown. I've observed with some degree of fear how people have allowed themselves to be divided. I thought it didn't matter, what kind of religion we choose to affiliate with. And I've always said it. A lot of us will not be practicing the religion we're practicing now. So some of us even had the choice to choose. We'll probably even change. I won't even be a Christian. My best friend is Muslim. While we're in school in our final year, we were in the same room, we were roommates for one whole year. So I would join him. So we eat as early as 5 a.m. And then when the day breaks, I'll still eat my own food. That was how it was. But issue when we get to polls in 2027. So we'd have to sacrifice competence and credibility and then capability to deliver. Bigotry as never seen before. It scares me. And that was can you conveniently say that we've had a better? We're going to miss him when he's gone. Oh, we actually miss him. Oh, things are bad. So I asked Barrister Fᴏʟʟ Nzako yesterday. I said, what generation would he have loved to live in? The one he is right now. I mean, or he would prefer to be into this millennium. The worst things became that the 60s was better than the 70s, the 70s better than the 80s, 80s better than the 90s, 90s better than the 2000s. And that was exactly what he said. That was the same thing Mr. Matthew Okuda also said on Wednesday. So we're supposed to be making progress like every other country in the world. We're supposed to be, elevating, allowing people to grow and thrive. But it looks like reverse is the case. It looks like we're struggling to find our balance. And, it's something that we need to sit ourselves down and ask the fundamental question. Do we still want to continue to keep this country as one? Are we happy? That was why I asked Mr. Matthew Okuda on Wednesday. I said, in the midst of all of this chaos, if you look at the last 65 years in this country, one of the most, the darkest times in the history of this country would have to be 67 to 70. That's during the Civil War. That's in the sky of that Civil War. Maybe the Civil War had brought some, stigmatization around some certain people from the certain region that will make it almost impossible for them to preside over this country. Especially when you talk about equity and fairness. There's only one region that had never produced a president in this country, especially from 1999 till date. So we looked at those issues yesterday, and I asked Mr. Matthew Okuda that we survived the Civil War as a country. We survived multiple recession. We survived multiple military interruption. We survived Ebola, survived COVID, survived recession. And Mr. Okuda gave one word answer. He said the oil money. That the only reason why we are still together as a country is because we have oil, that we are sharing the money. That the moment each region goes back to develop their region based on what they have, we understand that we are probably better when we have to, manage ourselves. But I'm a huge opportunity to run out of this country. We're going to stay in this country and fix this country and make this country work. Well, from 53 to 55, if you're 65 years, then people will say, you have lived well. You have lived long enough. Have we lived well in the last 65 years as a nation? As a 26-year-old man, you're no longer a boy, you are a man. There should be every aura of responsibility around. Can we conveniently say that we've had seamless transition from Obasanjo to late Yar'Adua to Goodluck Jonathan to late Buhari, now to President Tinubu. 5 presidents in the space of 26 years. And all of these people, have they exactly made us better as a country? And these were the issues that we discussed the entire week, and it was deliberate. The choice of those guests that we had, from Barrister Adebayo Shitu to Senator Shehu Sani to Chief Mike Okiro, carefully arranged to build the conversation into Nigeria's 65th anniversary, and of course, your Super Diamond 98.3 FM's anniversary. We are still celebrating. Today is the birthday of one of my favorite people. I'm not just in the office. Amazing. Someone that has different spelling to her name. If you see the kind of messages that people send in the morning during newspaper review or trends in the papers, Global View, the way they spell Sage, you will see S-I-E. Yes, Sage Babalola, the head of programs, Milan 98.3 FM. Today is our birthday, and then we celebrate you. And it's always a privilege to have you, take decisions, lead the team of the presenters, and of course, you've actually not been correct when you need to be. Encourage also when you need to be. And so on behalf of every one of us on the political desk, news and current affairs department, we say happy birthday to you, Sage Babalola. And of course, a tremendous celebration, left, right and center, Nigeria, Mainland FM, Sage, New Month, everything. But in the course of this week, we've had real conversation as well, and I'll allow you to join us today. 0913-600-0410. Today's Fridays. If you're joining us on the show for the very first time, we'd always have town hall, probably because we couldn't take calls. We had so much to talk about. We couldn't read messages. We allow you to, come around, join us on Friday, and then we drag all of those. Unfortunately, there are a lot of things. We're also celebrating our democracy, 65 years. Yes, we may not be where we want to be, but we're a sovereign state, and we've done everything within our past. I think there's a lot to celebrate. Yeah, we're not where we rather than still crawling. But the most important thing is that we have moved. Yeah. So join us. My name is Oꞌᴏ Akíndé. If you're joining me for the very first from 4 o'clock while I switch to 1 to 3 p.m. for midweek politics. Hello, Ufoma. Good to have you join us on the show. You're welcome. Amen. I'm with you. I'm with you. Thank you very much, Ifoma. Thank you very much. I think I need some form of positivity today. I need some positive energy today for some weird reasons. I think some of the calls and the feedback, people are just tired of how everything is, tired of the whole system and all of that. But I want to get some positivity from you today. Just bring it on. Hello, good evening. You're welcome, Pastor Ambrose. Good evening. Yeah. Let's fix one or two tiny things here just for a few seconds. I'll be right back. Just stick around. I would live from Milan 98.3 FM. It is the Situation Room. Let's try and fix one or two things and then be right back.
They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut it down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes.
A new day, a new event. Old actors meet new ones, and a fresh twist adds up to the old subplot. Something unexpected blows up under the sun. But when the elephants fight and the grass suffers and the ground shakes, we are always plugged in, watching it all unfold right here in the Situation Room. Here, we bring together the main actors to take their turns on pressing issues, dissecting events as they unfold across every sector of human concerns. Stay tuned to the Situation Room with Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial, mainland 98.3 FM. The Situation Room. We are always watching.
That's why I can say there, the eyes have it.
Thank you very much and welcome back. I'm sure my guys have done, they fixed that. So let's try and get back on the call. 0913600041. Ufoma, I would appreciate if you can call back. And it seems we didn't get a lot of some of the things you said. And of course, Pastor Ambrose, if you can still try and call us back, I would.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is what they calling from Arobo.
I didn't get your name.
This is what they calling from Arobo. What they calling from Arobo?
Mr. Wale from Ayobo. Okay. Okay.
On the case of Nigeria, the question is asked to say that, are you really supposed to be? Is Nigeria really supposed to be? And Nigeria is the geographical expression. What is it?
Can I ask you a question? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Why is it that we all assume what happened to India? What happened to China? I mean, these are countries that have almost times 3 or times 4 of Nigeria's population. These are countries that have over 1 billion population, but these countries are working. Why do we keep saying that Nigeria is just a this of geographical?
Nigeria has over 250 tribes.
Over 500 tribes and languages. Yes, and they are working.
We are totally different. Igbos, Yoruba, Hausa, over 19 million. I will know, even the article, but I will know, it's 1940s. I will know an article of the fighting. And clear is that, how can one clear for Nigeria? That when everybody is getting saying, they should be a
Okay, I was struggling to hear you, but I got your message very well about this country. I understand where everybody's coming from. Everybody, they feel and for body. But the truth is this, if other countries are working a few months, I've stayed in the North Central, I was born in the Southwest, I'm a thoroughbred Nigerian. Why can't I wake up to the key? Why do people have that mindset that Nigeria can't work? Pastor Ambrose, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you.
And I think we heard you leave the south, you go to the north. It's another ball game entirely. That's number one. Number two, we have bad leaders. who don't lead by example.
You are living large.
Whatever happens in a country is from leadership. I don't agree that followership. You can't be beating a child and you say the child should not cry. You know, people will tell you, even right from 1960, things have not been working. But for crying out loud, the car that you buy in America, United States of America, in 1984, 10,000 up to that. Then you now come and tell me that things are the same everywhere. You just buy a fuel in America. So you forget that the salary there is not the same. You forget that the standard of living there is not the same. You forget that they have leaders who have shame and who go into office to lead. You are in this country and you are going abroad for medical treatment. Your children are going abroad for education. We don't have light, and you come and tell us that you have been able to tackle corruption. You have been able to. How will they enter into the bush? How will they enter into the bush when there is insecurity everywhere? The problem of insecurity now is, to me, is looking and getting to the extent. Let's stop pretending like the ostrich. Let's move on. Ajakuta Steel Company, where is it today? Oshogbo Steel Rolling Company, where is it today? Just Steel Rolling Company, where is it today? Where are all the electoral reforms? Where are they? Do you know that if the monies that these politicians spend during election, if they put it into Nigeria, will not be where we are today. People don't buy cars again, okay? People don't buy cars again. They just go and refurbish their cars, and then they come back. One of my friends wants to buy transformer now in his house. That is it not better because for his business? My toilet soak away collapsed almost 1 month now. I've not been able to fix it because of money. And you tell me that I should come here this country, until we have good leadership and we begin to tell ourselves the truth. And then you will begin to see that good governance will come. And when there is good governance, we won't need to be spending money to rig elections. God bless you.
Pastor Ambrose, God bless you too. Thank you very much for always saying it exactly the way it is. But of course, you can't blame people. You can't blame me also for being optimistic about it. I've also seen a fair share of a year or thereabouts, and then you see how things just start clicking, and then you sit back and then ask yourself, wait a minute, what exactly am I still doing here? If you go to the airport every day, some calls on WhatsApp. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
You're welcome, Mr. Roberts.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jerry, my brother.
You're welcome.
I know that we have the 괰ᴜᴜ of Yoruba land.
That's
Gani. Thank you. Igbo is there, and we also have Amotekun. I'm not going to blame them that they are not able to correct. Is that funny geopolitical zone that Abasa zone Nigeria? You understand? The northern of the north central is what I don't. If you look in Kwara State, there are 16 local governments there, right? 11 out of this or that I don't know. So what make Abacha? What give him the conviction that out of these 11 speaking Yoruba people, because of the remaining 5, you will not give the whole Kwara to be a north central? It is wrong. And the best thing to correct this thing, my brother.
Mr.
The north are 19.
Kwara is northwest.
Okay. What I'm saying is that they should remove it from the north. Kwara should be south. It's Yoruba land. I'm listening to you, sir. I'm listening to you.
Today is Friday. We can have this conversation. Each state on effect of water ecological challenges west than it is to the north. And so somebody said no, Kwara should be northwest. Somebody said no, Kwara should be north south. Kwara. That's where maybe when a candidate comes from Kwara, they don't say, oh, I'm putting Yoruba in the middle of my name, because I remember when Senator Bukola Saraki was running And then there are times where there are some places where you see his poster, you will only see his Muslim name and then his surname. Then there are sometimes you see his poster, then you see Bukola in between. So I think there's something unusual from Okeode to Patigi to any part of Kwara. They deserve to be protected. They deserve to be protected.
Yes, I agree with you. My right.
Yes.
You cannot just create problem for Nigeria because you want to create state. It is wrong. It is now the National Assembly and our president should correct this thing. Create Kwara, North Central, Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, and
can you also conveniently say that Kwara is a North Central state? I don't.
The National Assembly of Nigeria, Akpabio and his men. That is why even they are not supposed to have emir. It's supposed to be an Oba. Kwara is a Yoruba land. Abacha cannot cede part of Yoruba land to the north because he has balanced the equation. I know that in our Saturday, bring it to the south. Let it be 70-70.
Thank you. See, I'm not even interested in wherever you categorize Kwara as, whether as North Central or the unfortunate killings that went on in Kwara this week was really a disturbing situation where vigilantes, about 16 of them, following day, the governor of Kwara State was on the entourage of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to commission project in Imo, and I'm like, how do you leave your house that is on fire and then you are going to celebrate other people? I feel it's a misplaced loyalty. As a governor, your loyalty should be the constitution. The people you are governing are your primary responsibility. Why? Who does that? Who does that? Okay, let's bring
You're
welcome.
Thank God it's Friday and happy weekend in advance. May I also use this opportunity to say happy birthday to Lady Sage Babalola.
Thank you.
Also wishing her many happy returns. Now coming to what
Let's go on.
Okay, thank you very much. So coming to here and what's happening in Nigeria is that nobody's enjoying that situation. I don't know how we come. If you are not pursuing a PhD now, you have your master's. Hello? Am I talking?
Half full, half empty.
Instead of half empty. Many of us are looking at as half empty, which is not good. Every American, when that person by saying, God bless Nigeria. In fact, our religion has made, whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or any other one, has made us to understand that we have to pray for our leaders. We know our leaders are not doing well. What is the problem? Fighting your best, whereas they are losing their own best. They are people. This is because the way he portrays himself that when he gets there, the less profligacy of government. I don't know where you're getting me. Very good. So you have been interviewing people. I take that of Mike Okiro. You know the point concerning the policing structure of Nigeria. That from time he has never supported. Let us be very realistic. I, for one, I don't support state police. I've always, supported regional policing. Are you hearing me? If possible, let there be a pilot team, of some states, let's say 4 states, 4 Bible states, where we can just say, okay, you parties, state police as right for some time, 5 years, let us see what you're talking about, like Lagos State, or River State, maybe Kano State, okay, you understand? There's 4 of them, so states, you understand? So, but when you not generalize it, I don't support it, and that is my takeaway from Okiro's, I'm saying that Nigerians want more.
Just like Pastor Ambrose said, it's at time to leave this country. With the number of people that are living on daily basis, they will still tell you that we are still 230 million people. There's not going to always have it this blue and gloomy. That we're going to eventually have those moments where you can stand up and say, Prince Wise, good evening.
Thank you, my dear. How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
The stage is cut. We are our own. Everybody to wow. Number one, Kwara is from North Central.
Whether it's North Central or Northwest or Northeast, that the people in Kwara should be protected. That's what I was saying.
Even the one that was to my town, that is, we call it Aroni, just 3 miles to my town. You see? And we come around because they're not a women. I want to come down to Osun State.
and maybe they can do something about it. But what what you just said now, and what I'm thinking now, is that the time, the committee is there, even if to find a lot of solutions that nobody is want to go out during the night to stay at home because security is on ground. So, and the government say they don't have power. Government have power because all those vigilantes, like Amateku, if you supply them with people, other community in all the military base in the area, it will be better. Okoyemi, are you with me?
I'm with you, Prince Wise.
So we have a lot of work to do. In my time now, I have 4 days, only the day and night that they must be on ground. Our captaincy, the compound, the government have to spend money. Don't worry, you are talking of military here. Because this is that terrorize the spirit. May God save this country now. They have a beating with
as bandits arriving for a peace deal. So they were represent. You know, the bandits came in like they came in like VIPs. Even the members of those communities were snapping pictures with them. They came in motorbike, 2, 3 of them. People have decided to take up arms against the states, and it looks like the federal government is helpless. It's not taking us anywhere.
My regard to Sage, right?
Can you change?
Okay. My regard to Sage, long life and prosperity to her. Yeah, I think our slogan in Nigeria, I mean the prayer, we always say that God should bless Nigeria, right? What we need again, that God should give us.
That has not given us.
So now I think we need to correct or change the slogan now, our prayer now, that God should rescue, deliver, and save our country.
I would appreciate if you can call back. We still have enough time. I think we still have about 20 more minutes to go. So I would appreciate if you can call back. Making Wezi.
Okay.
It's been a while. Hope you are good.
I'm good. I'm quite. You want us to be hopeful in a country, Nigeria, where, when you look at it, our constitution very defective. The benefit, all the splitting of states that I are seeing is just to bring it lower so that they can settle all the people they want in position. So the structure is not deliberately designed in a way to make it work. That is why you see that decent people cannot come to power. The people are trying to shy away from what do you call now, primaries. But no, the reason is because he knows that without money, you buy your way. A journalist can just come today, go for an election, and become president of Nigeria. They are going nowhere. That is just the fact. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think the money talking about the fact that even we followers, we also, a typical Nigerian politician sees election or politics as an investment. So if I spend 1 billion, I'm supposed to go in there, at least save my 1 billion first, which is my investment. Then whatever returns that comes in to campaign or to contest an election, to defend the election in court. So imagine how much you have spent. I mean, it's difficult, and these people will get in there, and some of them took loans in the bank, some of them had to sell their properties, some of them had to sell, their ancestral lands and family house just to say at town hall meeting. You'll be asking, what is he going to give us? What is your senator going to give you before you go and attend town hall meeting?
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Yeah, congratulations for your Nigeria as a country. The name being given to this country, I think it's time they should look into it and change it to Wazobis. And one time I checked, most of the infrastructure, the democracy we are practicing does not, these Westerners, they know how to manipulate our leaders, because they will call them to come to this meeting, AU, this or that, right? Then they will use those opportunities to give them instruction on what to do. But if you are on a military government, we're looking for visa to go to Burkina Faso. You see?
Have
So
you gotten recent updates on what is? Do you know the suppression that is going on in Burkina Faso? Do you know that the PR and the media is state-controlled media? The people only know what the government wants you to know. Do you know a lot of things, a lot of opposition that are being killed and silenced in Burkina Faso today? What is doing well when there's no value for human life, when there's no press freedom?
Because most of these press that media houses and all these things are controlled by government. Most of them, all these media houses, you should know better. Those who are keeping us where we are today. You see, so what I'm saying is that mainly if you look at the military government, you find out that during those times there are notable achievements being recorded. Though, military as a one-man business, they have their own shortcomings. Because they will invite our president to come to AU, come to UN. We don't know what they tell them there. They will come here, IMF or whatever they call them. They will give them instructions. They will come here to implement it. But if we are on the military, it's not like that. If you check UK today, they have I don't know the system of government they practice there, but the instruction, every other places, you see that the power, the instruction that control the state come from a particular place. Because
we're not running a monarchical system of government here. We're running a full-fledged democracy. And
democracy.
It is democracy.
Democracy where the president is there, he appoints, he flesh somebody.
Do we have the parliament? Do we have the state house of assembly?
One of your guests here today say it's not okay. Mr. Sᴏᴜ, he said he's the annex chairman. The man that will appoint the annex chairman is the same president who is still in power. So how do we get it right? Yar'Adua said this, that he wanted to change the system that brought him to power. There are people that influence them, that put them there. Like he put whoever he want to be the president there. Now he will influence the state and get his own voice. It's no good of the president.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Like I said, where was that? Yes, I think it was last week, Monday or Tuesday. As linked to certain stories were dropped in one of the WhatsApp groups that had quite a lot of journalists across the continent of Africa. And some of those stories were dropped by an independent press from Burkina Faso. Brand the conversation to make it look like they are good. Well, everybody said, oh, Burkina Faso, is building low-cost housing estates. The debt you owing. See, we need to be very careful what we ask for. Exactly. There is an absolute level of suppression, media suppression, opposition suppression. A lot of members of opposition parties, they will not tell you this. The appointed PR people, propagandists, will not tell you this. You can't continue to say, oh, because the military took over in Burkina Faso, or because we looked. Please don't ask for that here. Let's still nurture the little we have here. Let's still nurture the democracy we have here. Yes, it's not probably as good as we expect it to be. As a little child, on the day the death of late General Sani Abacha was announced, our body was happy and excited. Have we ever taken our time to study how bad IBB took this country way back? Do you know that Abacha don't leave the shores of this country for all of the time he was head of years after? They're still repatriating some of the funds for Nigeria, even though it's still a looter continua. People are still relooting the loot. But I mean, for us to still be getting monies from Switzerland, from US, from funds stolen by Abacha, a man that never left. Yes, we're not exactly where we want to be. But the fact that you can pick up your phone and still call a radio station to lambast a sitting president, to correct a sitting president, or to express how bad you feel about the government, means that you still have some element of freedom of speech. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. My brother, I see you say we should be positive. My brother, I don't know how I want to be positive. I don't know. With my age, I'm looking for the day a president will speak, will touch me. My dear brother, this I want to say. Your president will come, propaganda, say something cannot make you feel happy, my dear brother. Today, with all what you are saying, there's this say things are good, things are okay. My brother, how do we do this? to buy fuel because while I we buy less than 200 naira about 2 years ago. Today is 1,000 naira per liter. How do you want me to be happy, my brother? And they enjoy everything. We have been seeing them. I know some of them. If I three, four Jeep, expensive, brand new. No Nigeria. These are the things we are seeing. How do I, my brother? It's so all the lofty things. My brother, if I spend at them, why would not be happy? Why would not be moved? And why would not be touched? He said all the lofty that things are not okay. These are what I'm saying now. Every little things. I know about 4 years, no, whatever. But look to gas now. About 2 days now, gas become one now. For people to buy, to cook, to eat.
Very much. Alaji Subar, you're welcome.
Thank you, man, my brother.
How you doing?
You see, in fact, do you know, I'm driving and I laugh when I had, somebody, some people calling for military, government. And in fact, I laugh. I laugh in the sense that maybe because of their ignorance. During the military time. Under the bridge for Marine Beach, that before the Unipetro, that place in the Marine Beach, we want to buy fuel. There is it's my turn. This military man just give a slap on that woman from the back, and he put that woman, fall down on that pavement of those. You understand? You see, some people have not seen anything about military. And do you know about that you mentioned, so that they can be importing, from outside the country. A lot of things the military is doing. So you see, people should not pray for democracy upside down, but let us pray. God will hear our prayer. Will deliver us from their hand. But I don't pray for military, but God will deliver us from our politicians and give us better government.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maybe we should try this one, try that one. I also understand where you're coming from, but I also need to make us understand again that they're under monarchical rule and they are still doing exceptionally well for themselves. Look at the Emirates, for instance. It takes the vision of a leader to visit Paris before you die, or visit Paris and die. That means that should be the last destination you want to visit. That story is changing. Everybody wants to go to Dubai. Everybody wants to go to Qatar. Everybody wants to, visit the Emirates, because a leader stood up and said, hey, I'm going to turn my own blessing to uplift my own people. Or reverse is the case in Africa. We have sit-tight leaders. We have people that have turned leadership on the continent of Africa to a family business. Again, how do you expect yourself to grow when you General Assembly? You just concluded one. The message was very clear by world leaders. We're going to go hard on immigrants. Stay in your country. Stay in your continent. Stop coming to constitute nuisance in Europe. Let them be accountable to every natural resources that God has blessed you guys with. Why do you think there's constant war in Congo? It is because of natural resources. Look at what Sudan has turned to. Two people that fought to oust a sit-tight leader. Both of them are now fighting each other. So we have Sudan, then we have South Sudan. It's beginning to look like it's a cursed continent. We have resources, and the resources that are supposed to be blessing to the continent. And so they're illegal miners, and they're bandits that also want to have a share of the issue. Why do you think there's constant issue in Benue, in the north central control? It's about land grabbing. Why do we continue to enslave ourselves at the continent, and then we run back to those west to go and beg for money? That's why they can tell your president to fix your country. Maybe until this pain on his shoulder, Trump come to Egypt to come and do his vacation. No, let's have a conversation around it. Have you seen Emmanuel Macron of France saying that, because Benin Republic, who does that? But because we've chosen to turn our continent to an enslaved continent, despite the fact that we have, do you know how many natural resources we have in Nigeria alone? Over 40. The coal in Enugu can power the entire continent of Africa. And there's no constant electricity in that same Enugu. Go to the north. Go to the northeast. The sun in that place can power share it in the name of running NSIPs. Over 300 billion are said to have been distributed to over 8 sharing. It's going to be 20 years next year that we've conducted last census in this country, 7 election. So we are making plans on projections. 230 million people. And some of these projections are even given by foreign countries, foreign agents, when you don't exactly know the number of people you are dealing with. Okay, I want to cook. Then I go to the market, I buy a bag of rice, and I cook a bag of rice. And it's only 2 of us that wants to eat. Does it make sense? What people I'm cooking for? In the midst of that cooking, almost 20 years, the last census we had in this country was in 2006. This is 2025, 19 years after. So what is the number of people living with disabilities in this country? How many people that have health issues? How many aged people do we have in this country? How many males? How many females? How many people living under? How many people under 18? So you are making plans and you don't even know the exact people, the number of people you are making plans for. I'm talking about 2027 election. By 2026, the primaries would come. 2027 election would come, and they will continue the same cycle of mediocrity. We celebrate. You are flagging off solar, and it's a big deal. When you are supposed to fix power for everybody to enjoy. You have brought classism into power. There's band A, there's band. We are an economy that is struggling, an economy that can only be developed if we can power the micro businesses, the small scale businesses, the employers of 10 and 20s. These are the people that need electricity the most. If I was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu saying, Ayobo, I should not get electricity supply based on classism. It's a democracy. I have the same rights as someone that stays in Ikoyi if I stay in Ipaja. So because somebody stays in Ikoyi and then they put band A there, they mean that I'm in Ipaja. I have electricity 1 hour in a whole week. In a democracy. We institutionalize classism in a democracy. And we are saying the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But we place the elites above the other people. Do you know how many businesses are folded up because they couldn't power their little small generator? I don't want to mention the name of the brand. That generator used to be like 7,000 or 12,000. It's over 160,000 naira now. And so the little profit you make from selling bread and rice and little things here and there, you go use it to buy expensive petrol. Look, almost 25 naira now up. Because there's no petrol. Some people just choose to sabotage the economy for whatever reason they choose to. They are not asking the government why all of the refineries in this country is not working. The 6th largest oil and oil producing state. What are we producing? Somebody that had invested 20 billion in his business and faced the government. Licenses they gave out for people to set up modular refineries. Where are those licenses? Maybe they should leave trying to bring back the Port Harcourt refinery to life. And every single time they attempt it, billions of taxpayers' monies will be spent in those places, and then there will be not a single barrel that will be refined in those refineries. Maybe Dangote is not the problem. He's a businessman. He sees an opening, he sees a space, a lacuna, and he said to exploit it. Are almost dead. Oh, do you blame Dangote also that the Jakarta Steel Company will probably never work again, according to what Dangote said? We are misplacing our priorities as a people, as a union. I set up my business by myself. I didn't collect loan from you. It's my hard-earned money. Within the period, do you know how many war, how many battles that Dangote had fought to be where he is today? Maybe by now we should be buying fuel 2,000 naira per liter. Maybe that's what Pengasa would want. Tell the government to fix the refineries. Those are the people you should fight. Hello, good evening.
Mr. Pai.
You're welcome.
In fact, good evening. This is Shola. calling from Ogoba.
Mr. Shola, you're welcome.
In fact, you read everything out. You poured out your heart. What you have said, those questions, if somebody is telling me that, why won't we have hope in this country? I will tell you why it might be like a mirror to have hope in this country. Number one, all those things you mentioned. Number two, I want to have a question. If our founding fathers, the Azikiwes, the Ahmadu Bello, the Obasanjo Awólọ́wọ̀, what is the difference between what we are? I'm not an advocate for military rule, but what is the difference? Because now you can see counts. You understand? They have the free, chance to go to the ballot or to tell people not to vote. They disenfranchise you. What kind of country that has hope? Will you see insurgents, terrorists, in drug their life,
negotiating peace deals?
Negotiating peace deals. The president, when they were contesting, said that grab it, snatch it, run away with it. In fact, Mr. Kwe, see, the only hope we can have in this country is to have a revolutionary movement. You know, I don't know where are the visionary leaders that died. Any specific, he died abroad. Is it not a shame? I'm so sorry. I have this sympathy, compassion for Nigeria, anymore. All we have is selfish interest, not national interest. So what are we talking about? It's not for Nigeria. See, we the people, we are just helpless. Nigerians have been.
We're not going to stop talking. As long as we enjoy this democracy, as long as we can still have conversations like this, open the phone lines and allow people ask questions. I've always said, be very careful what you ask.
Please help me to convey my congratulations.
Amen.
So my point is that if you're paying me, do you know why like some people are subscribing for all this military and all of that? You know that even if you put infrastructure down, and during the military era, the killings, the mammoth, the number of Nigeria they kill on daily basis, if you put it together, even the country that faces war have not have
they
such
don't
casualties.
record this much casualties. True.
That is why I'm worried. These people die. Okay, when you say they slaughtered some of these, it's because some of us talk because you are not affected or that we don't pray that they affect us. But when you lose people that are so dear to you, you understand this issue of government is not trying, negotiating with the bandits, meaning we cannot stand up. That is only one thing military cannot even attempt to do, to say let us negotiate and speak. And that is the area where Nigeria needs to sit up, because Nigeria is not sitting up. And it's not that our security agents are not working, but people who are saddled with the responsibility of directing what was the action of Nigeria has opted not to date. That is the problem we know about.
They are ghost members. Well, we'll continue to. You can actually apply for a visa and go to that other country where that particular type of government you are looking for is being practiced. Because I can tell you for a fact that I love this my democracy. Even Machoba Solomon from Ikeja, going by what you just said, a propaganda not thriving in this democracy like wildfire. We're talking about jubilation when Abacha died. Permit me to say there was jubilation on the street of Kano when Buhari died, and we all listened to appointed the citizens. I did not listen to presidential address, which is now always promissory propaganda and repeated campaign speech any longer. This country is bleeding. Absolutely agree with you. Good evening, Mainland FM and the good people of Nigeria, the civilians. You will know how much the civilians, how far they have killed this nation. Do you want to tell me if Buhari government was military and they will take us 50 Yikena from Ikorodu? But thank you very much. And when you see your callers progressing in error, cut them off. Don't entertain nonsense. Okay? While foreigners are praising the president. Now, wow, about insecurity, people make blanket statement, insecurity everywhere. Are they living in the moon or food is not coming from the north? Only gospel in our lives. Same station, Milan 98.3 FM, same time. Our national team won their first game at the ongoing under 20 FIFA World Cup in Chile. They defeated Saudi Arabia yesterday by 3.
Become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here.
On mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
This is the Global News on 98.3 FM. Global News at 5:30 p.m. I am Rioja Opia. First, the headlines. High Court suspends police